Live from the Real Guppy Dockside Learning and Multimedia Center. It's the Real Angler Podcast with Community Kevin Brannon. Brought to you by AFTCO Fishing Apparel and Tackle. Designed to perform. Channel Island Sport Fishing. Offering deep-sea fishing on quality sport fishing charter boats. And more. Costa Sunglasses. Discover life's greatest adventures with Costa. See what's out there. Daiwa. If you want innovation and quality in your fishing products, Daiwa has what you need. And now, here's your host, Community Kevin Brannon. We are counting.
Scotty started his Billy Bopper right when I was wiping my nose because I was eating serranos.
I'll cut that part out later.
Serranos and jalapenos will make your nose run. Said that wrong.
They will, yeah. But they give you lots of flavor too, man.
Gotta have flavor, right?
Yeah. I love peppers. Give me the hottest peppers you can possibly give me, as long as they got flavor. If they got no flavor, if they're just heat, what's the point?
Yeah.
But most of the peppers do have flavor, man.
I think serranos have a good amount of heat and flavor. I think serranos are one of the best.
I don't disagree.
Or those little Thai chilies.
Yeah, those are good too.
Those on your food.
Those can be painful though.
So speaking of chilies, we're chilling right here with Barry, our mascot, and today we're just going to let it flow. We had our one of our local politicians, Stephen Gama, friend of the show, friend of the fam, is not here today, so we're just going to do me and Scotty today. About time. I told you last week, you've been a co-host and we've been missing you.
I know. I've been off camera for a long time. I'm happy to be back. It's been a long time, and I was looking forward to meeting Stephen because he follows me on AM 1590 KVTA. A lot of times he shows up after I do my spiel there, and I've never met him, and so I was looking forward to it. So next time, Stephen, we'll introduce each other.
I got a question for you. Do you ever get stopped and say, "Are you Scott from the?"
One time.
Show? That's it?
One time.
I get it a lot. But then again, maybe because I'm out networking.
Yeah.
Like yesterday.
They see your face too. They know your face. Mostly they just know my voice. So
that's true. So I asked him that, do I look like I sound? One guy said I sound like a middle-aged white man, which I thought it was. And my professional voice. When I used to be in pest control, I have my call my customer's voice. Hey, hello, this is Kevin. I always say Clark. I don't know if it was much.
Well, that's because you were with Clark.
Yeah, but that was when my kids would laugh and be like, "Dad's using his white voice."
Yeah, one time
I get pulled over by the police. No, officer, I don't know why you pulled me over. I have no idea. Kevin Brannon's my name, and then they come back with the ID and be like, "All clear." Remember, I was dating this girl Norma, and we stopped. She was from Bologna, and we pulled in there, and they pulled us over because I did a little shake because they were there. I know how to talk a good game, right? So like, oh, we seen you with the stop sign. I'm like, look, she just moved in here. I'm just trying to find where the house. I didn't know which way to go. So, okay, how you doing? And talking to them, and they took my card, my ID, and then they went and ran. And you could hear it over the radio, like, all clear. And they came back. And then when we got pulled over on the PCH, and she was ready to run, and they came back and they hands on the steering wheel, and we were going through like a DUI checkpoint, and they stopped me. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing great. How you doing, officer? And then sure enough, they ran my card and came back. She was like, that never happens to me. Like, but her and her homies, they stop and want to search the car, but I just turned into a good old,
Well, you're well known. You're well known in not only in Port Juanita, but Southern California.
Yeah, but they were just like doing the random, right? They didn't know. These cops didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
But for her to be like, all clear.
That's cool.
All clear, not on probation or anything. All clear.
That's awesome.
So, anyway, I don't know where we're getting on that topic. The voice. You're using our voice from the radio. But you know what? Today's a gratitude day as well. We have a lot of film stuff going on today, and lately we have equipment. Look, we have caps.
Yeah.
Checked out some gear from that. We have 4 or 5 laptops now we're editing on. I had to go to Walmart today and purchase these little adapters that we got. You can see we have the GoPros over there laid out.
Yep.
Thomas is teaching some classes here now to our staff, which then will teach the interns. So let's say Thursday nights when Derek's here, we could be like, come on in and learn how to edit. And he could teach them. We have 4. We'll have them set up tomorrow because tomorrow is our open house. I don't know if Scotty get this out by tomorrow for you guys to hear. But
we will. I'm gonna post this as the second I get home. So
okay. Yep. Open house is tomorrow at 5:30 to 7.
Okay.
And we laid in that way, so that way if you need to tell your boss, if you work for a company or you work with partners, right, or your organization, like, oh, I got to cut out a little early, I got to get to Kevin's event, then you can leave the office a little early if you work for yourself. So we kind of do it to where so you're still on the clock, but then also if you're working and you can't get off, that we're still here a little bit later. And it's kind of like a self-guided tour. We don't,
That's what I was saying. Tell everybody what's going on tomorrow for the open house.
Still working on it, man. Like thinking of ideas. So today when I was leaving, I thought, okay, what if we put all 4 laptops right there? Oh, so what's going on? It's our 4-year anniversary, right? This is our 4th year anniversary.
Impressive as hell. Yep.
At the Dockside Learning Center. It's funny because on Facebook was show like 4 years ago today, right?
Yeah.
Where there was like 3 pictures on the wall where we barely had a couple of little starfish that I found over on the commercial dock. And now we have like, it's protruding and I got stuff sitting on these things that we haven't put in. Now we take these little tackle boxes on the road, like all 3 of those over there. We have another one that's tucked under there. You guys can't see it. Sorry for saying over there. So I'm pointing because Scotty's the only one in the studio.
I can see it. I will verify what he says.
But so we'll have those on display tomorrow. They can meet the high school interns, our paid internship, lay out the, I'm all over the place thinking like, okay, those boxes and how many, 4 years ago, we hardly had anything in here, right? I wrote my first little word of the day up there, mindset, which is funny because that's not on our list of Guppy words that we use when we're going through the oceans of opportunity. So I always had like this vision. And the cool part, again, with Facebook is that it shows pieces of that vision from a decade ago. There was a picture that I showed from 14 years ago where Kevin, Sierra, Savannah, Unique, and Anthony, right? The original OG Guppies. Anthony and Sierra are brother and sister, my cousin's kids. Unique and Kevin are my kids, right? So they're all cousins. And then their other cousin, Savannah, is my brother's daughter, right? And they were at the house and I have them all with like Real Anglers beanies on and Clark Pest Control because they were sponsoring us at the time. Right. So they had the Clark shirts that had, Real Anglers on the other side. Kind of what we do now, right? I get a polo from or a shirt from AFCO and I just have my thing embroidered on it. So we both get our brand recognition on camera. So you can see these little tidbits of the vision and the demos. So tomorrow you get a chance to see some of those things that have come to life so far in the 4 years that we've been here. And then also what we have going into the future. They're going to rebuild this into Carl's Land. We had Robert on here and Axel.
Great guys.
About that. So people are asking what's going on with us here. So we'll talk about that. The high school. One of the things that we focused on, folks, this year is really getting away from we're the guys that takes kids fishing. And sometimes I feel like I argue with people like today, this lady, and I can't just say, yeah. So she's like, oh, you're the one that takes kids fishing. And I'm like, well, we take the world fishing. I mean, overcorrect people, but I just like to give more context to the work that we're doing, right?
It's important.
So I don't know if I should or not, but.
Well, you kind of have to because you do. I mean, yes, that's how things started. You took kids fishing. You had the pier days.
That's hot.
But how much have you expanded since then? Tremendously. I mean, that's still probably your main focus.
Nope.
But look, see, that's why he tells them that. So what's your main focus?
God dang it,
see, this is why I brought this up because
this is my main focus. Real Anglers Fishing Show, California, getting everybody fishing. I am in the fishing industry. I went to Oxnard College to be a film maker. So you say, what's my baby? Scotty, turn this camera around. Bring it with us. Come on. Let's take them on a little journey.
Okay.
Again, my thing is, it's like,
I don't know if I can do this or not.
You can do it. Look, see the filming and the microphones and all that? That's what I love. See the Real Angler California? Look, see the one over there? That's what it's about, man. I want to be an educational filmmaker. I want to travel the world and go into South American jungles. And I want to go, film for National Geographic and Discovery Channel. Start doing that this year in the national parks. So that's like the extension. These students are going to come through and be on either paid internship or internship with our staff overseeing them and being instructors so that we can go into the national parks and get permits. We could go and film a complete episode about just the Channel Islands that you can watch on National Geographic, right? So, and yesterday, I'll give you some little tidbits. Sorry, you got excited about that. I thought my co-host knew.
I do know. I was just, I was trying to explain that you do so much more than just that.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to explain.
So that's what I mean about the Facebook. If you go back and see those little snippets of vision. So what happens is they're called, okay, I don't know if I explained this. You have the spaghetti analogy.
Okay.
I want spaghetti.
I do too.
Right? Now the guppy thing has been it's the ground beef. That means it's taking the most attention, right? When you cook spaghetti, what takes most of your attention?
The ground beef, right?
Right? You can't just leave it there, right? The water simmers, boils, the noodles cook themselves, right? You strain it, you're done. You put the bread in the oven, put it on a toaster, it's done. The salad already comes, you can just open it up, pour Caesar dressing on it, you got a salad, right?
Right.
Then when the sauce and everything comes together, that's what we're going to be showcasing tomorrow. It's all coming together. So the main focus is the spaghetti has been the entree. That's what we're going for, right?
Right.
And some of the things about teaching Thomas is that coming through this last year, we were like because I'm a big boy, or just like I like analogies, right, to put things into perspective. For video, we were a taco truck. We made pretty good videos.
Yeah.
Right? And you could watch them and they're great.
Sure.
And Thomas wanted us to have these microphones and the things that we have that we get from Caps now. That's the restaurant style. Meaning you can go to a food taco truck and get bomb tacos, right? But you're sitting on a little plastic and you're eating them and they're good. If you want molcajete, you want menudo, you want like the stuff that they have to cook at the restaurant because there's not enough space. And so again, you have good quality limit.
Right.
Versus this is where grandma hangs out making beans all day. And you know what I'm saying? There's a difference to that. And that's where we're getting at today. But the vision, again, that taco truck person might think about, and that was a guy we used to have. I know a guy that was started as a corn man, the elote man. You know what the elote man is?
Yeah.
Can of corn, right?
Yeah.
To
love those guys.
Yeah. Opening up his own little taquito, right? And working then he went to an ice cream truck. Then from an ice cream truck, he went to a store. So like there's this gravitation of what he wanted to be. He didn't want to be an elote man forever, but if that's the means to get you to your start and getting your repetitions in, he had his product that he had, right? His systems in place, right? And
he's evolving into what he wanted to do.
Right. So that's what we're going to be showcasing, right? But his end goal, his most priority thing, and not to bring it down, is like that. So coming to a realization that we have all these things now, it's been a part of this vision of me filming this real Guppy Ranger, right? So that way when we come to this one that we're working on, again, I'll explain that. Oh, sorry, Scotty. This part 2 is that it's the development part, right? Now here, it doesn't even say fishing, right? It says field trips.
It's true.
This is the Dockside Learning Center. It's not the Dockside Fishing Center.
That's
so
right.
Again, people say, oh, you take it. It's like, wait a minute. No. So that's why we're going to showcase tomorrow on our 4th anniversary. But going back, you could see these tidbits. So we had our insurance person come in. So insurance now, you could go to your website and see or your Instagram, right? You have your social. So they go in there and go, oh my God, he's got kids on a boat. He's at Piru and he's fishing off of the docks and there's no life vest on. So my insurance person calls and says, Kev, they're looking you up and you need, because we're having these debates back and forth with the schools. Okay, when I go to the schools, I take again my little coastal critters, teach at the classroom.
Right.
Pretty standard, right? Not alone with the kids. There's no molestation necessary. They're not transporting them. Okay, we go to the pier, we do that over there, and then we have our facility. So me posting these pictures of other things happening, there's like a red flag, right? So they send in somebody to come check it out. So as soon as he sits down, he goes, okay, so you take kids fishing. Stop. We fish one Sunday a month on the calendar. Schools and other stuff, right? It's probably the least thing that we do. But again, if he takes that in there and tells them that, they might not want to cover us because kid fishing. Okay, let's straighten this out. Piru, that's a Piru event. I didn't. That's their event. If somebody falls over, I'm just there volunteering for Lake Piru. That's all on them. The boat is covered by a different insurance because they wouldn't cover us for that reason. So we had to go find insurance, the same insurance that this guy has out here, right? So
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because they rent out boats, right?
Right.
Or a surf clinic, right? Kids, water, and what you do. So showcasing that, again, fishing is probably, kid fishing part is probably one of the smallest things that we do.
But here's the thing, and this is why it's important that we do this podcast and other things. Yes, the show is the most important portion, but locally at least, the fishing events are big news. Everybody knows the fishing events. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it look like, even though it's a small portion, it makes it look like it's a bigger portion because you see all the news stories and stuff about it. Now there's what, hundreds of thousands of people watching the show. Yeah. And what networks are they on?
Pursuit Network, Mogo, Local Access Television, Santa Barbara, Ventura.
Yeah, so they're out there, and there's hundreds of thousands of people watching it, but that's spread out from all those distributors.
But check this out, right? So again, do you want to be local, gigantic, or you want to be global?
You're talking from a business point, you want to be global.
Right? Yeah. So if Real Anglers TV show is spread out all over these other places.
Right.
And we put a Guppy segment, how many people are learning about the Guppies now?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not just the local people, right? So
That's
again,
true.
The local people know that, but when I go to the fishing expos, they don't say, oh, you're the guy that, I mean, they do, but they're like, are those kids buying fishing rods and stuff? Probably not. So why would we support that monetarily? Because the disposable income is not coming from the kids. So we do a family engagement program, clinic style, so that the family leaves the pier, goes to the store and buys a couple of combos, right, that first tackle box, and then they get started. So that's, I mean, the difference in why you say the kids thing, because sometimes too, I think I get like that because it goes to like, you're taking kids that never gone. He takes these unrisked kids and it's like, no, I don't. I take everybody out.
Yeah.
I take the whole world out. So just really, again, microing it to say it. So tomorrow, again, the 4th year anniversary, everybody that's listening, is to showcase all these wonderful things that have been on our vision board that are coming to fruition,
Yeah.
right? But being
They're
in
not
the
visions
schools,
anymore. They're here.
you know, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'm gonna give you let's get a celebratory moment, celebration.
You have champagne?
You can pop that Coca-Cola. I'll pop my coffee, right? Is that when I was a kid and I talked to the school again? When I go in there, I go and talk to kids. I'm a motivational speaker, right? I go in there and do keynote talks. Is that when I was a little guy, I say when I grow up, I want to be a teacher. Well, guess what I got yesterday?
I'm so excited about this.
I
Tell
got my
the
teaching
world.
credential. Well, I got it a few months back, but I didn't understand the email on what to do, so I got stuck. And then something comes up, right, to get it. Like I want a hard copy. I want a degree that says you're certified, you know, to teach. So yesterday when we were at the Ventura County Office of Education, again, here I'm at an educational facility, really nothing to do with fishing, man. I'm learning about school and education and the new ways are going and what's going on. And the lady Sylvia that helped me, shout out to Sylvia, man, she helped me a lot because I got locked out. I forgot like one number on my password. I mean, I probably showed up at VCOE 8 or 9 times asking her, okay, what's the next step? And then with my record, I had to send paperwork to Sacramento, right? Oh, they want to know about these cases. Okay, and I got to go to the courthouse. Oh, you haven't been busted in so long. All that stuff's been buried. Can you give me a voucher for that? Take that, staple it, send it back. Then they say, okay, we want to know about case in 98, 0. I'm like, I don't know because there's no record. I got like these reference numbers, but I don't know misdemeanor, infraction, felony. That's why you take a plea, but that's another story. So anyway, she helped me with all that, right? Staple it to it and then send it to them and they'll let you know. And then we got it and you're clear. So it was like 2 years. I think it was like 2 Februaries ago, I started this process. So here we are at March.
Yeah.
And anyway, I wanted to be a teacher when I grew up. So basically, man, that's what I'm doing. Again, on
cool.
the TV show, it's teaching, right?
That's true.
It's not your hardcore show showcasing some big game fish and some far exotic location.
Right.
It's real. And remember people, oh, you can't do it teaching pier fishing. I make a living. I'm about to buy a house as a pier fishing guide, you know?
That's right.
So sticking to my script, but I've always wanted to be a teacher. And the reason I brought that up, I'm looking over here. Look at the doodles. See the ones on the side of that box right there? Our children's workbooks. Can you guys see them right there right above my head? Our children's workbooks, right? So teacher, man, that's what I really wanted to do.
That's true.
So again, the kids part, but again, when I was a personal trainer, I taught adults, right? Teach you confidence, teach you repetitions, teach you how to believe in yourself, teach you how to use the machines, teach you. But then again, like we're saying, teaching Derek and Thomas today, something about discipling or mentorship, and that was a big word yesterday, is you got to teach the next one. So you're learning, I mean, Thomas came here, you know, from a school. We got him from Vase, right? He was an adult school. And now he's here.
Impressive. And
now he's here teaching.
And
then the kid he's teaching is going to teach another kid.
Exactly. That's what I noticed today. And that's what impressed me today was the fact that he was teaching someone else to do what he did. And he was very good at it, by the way, because I came in, Kevin wasn't here yet, and I watched him for a few minutes. And I watched the way he was letting Derek do something. And then he would say, well, don't you think? And they would back it up and he'd explain why. And I thought that's a good way of teaching. It was very impressive.
Want to know a secret? Thomas didn't know if he could do it. I'm swearing.
That's in his genes. I can tell.
Yeah, but in his genes, what's in his genes?
The teaching bug. He may not have thought he could do it, but it was there.
Right. Oh, man. And here's Thomas, right? If you listen to this, Thomas, I love you. Because this is the point of why I like to teach and development. Oh, yeah, smile, bro. Looking kind of fashionably nice tonight. He goes, oh, I don't know if I could do it. I can handle it. I'm like, look, let's just debate. Like, just show him how to take the footage off of the chip and put it into a folder and then go from the folder to the timeline and then let him play with it.
Yeah.
Right? You could tutor. Oh, I don't want to let him down. And so that was first with Christine. So you met it here, Christine. Christine's taken off. Now Christine's teaching Jasmine on Saturday, right? So they called it the Mr. Miyagi, but he has he could do it. But again, he was talking himself out of it, psyching himself out of it.
I can tell he's a natural, and he may not have realized that. Hopefully, after today, he did, or soon he will. Because
was I here when you got here?
You were at the bank.
Yeah, but before that, I was at the gym. But was I here?
Then?
I wasn't here though, right?
No,
I left it to them. I forced it on them. I didn't stick around to
I thought you were. I thought you were in here sitting with them, and I walk in and no, there's no Kevin, and they were just into it, and it was so cool because I thought this is what you're looking for. This is what you want to happen, and it's happening.
Well, I know it could happen. It's just a matter. So the term that we talked about yesterday about with the student-led engagement, they're led, man. Like,
yeah, they are.
They're led. Like you got to let them try it. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of cool yesterday. I was taking my notes and I was working on. So I guess, the big part of it, and that's what tomorrow we'll talk about at our 4th year anniversary though, and all that. And the reason it's like that, when I talk to people, like when we were doing, I can do this out of my house, man. There was no way you're dropping your kids off. I mean, there was a few, right? Kevin had his little buddies come by. We had a small scale at the house, right? The volunteers come by. We do tackle sorts and get the gear ready. I had two storage units that I had in my backyard. And so we had the gear and we had all that, right? But as far as the teaching component at this level of the vision, remember we got together, there was this, I got like 6 heads together. And what I mean by heads are like heads of their organization. There was Danny from Battleground, who met at his facility, Chuck Morgan, Calvin, he did boxing, KO boxing, and I believe there was one more, and then me. And it was a way of like a men or young person after school programming, right? Where you're teaching boxing, I'm teaching film and fishing or whatever you're teaching. So I've had this idea of us developing and teaching in our own little neighborhoods for a while. So I've called that meeting together and took our notes. But so again, you have these doodles and these ideas. It just didn't work out because whether some people, the time that they have, I know you could get burned out in this work, especially like nonprofit or trying to, being an entrepreneur, it's tough. And again, that's why I tell folks yesterday, I did a lot of this as an exterminator for years. I did it while I work. So when you tell me that you're too busy, I'm shooting that out of the sky, man, because I did it with kids. I did it 2 days a week. I filmed on the weekends. We edited all by myself before I had a Derek, before I had a Thomas, but I had a Martin, you out there listening? I had a dream, right? And so it's been in there, man. So tomorrow, that's what I'm so stoked about, is to showcase this. And I do this thing when I start twitching my eye, like they think I was crazy. They think I was crazy, like a mad scientist, right, or an inventor. I am, but it worked, right? Eureka, Yeah. Eureka,
that's what counts, man.
Right?
That's 100%.
And yeah, so just really stoked about tomorrow's 4-year anniversary. So again,
tomorrow,
we're not just the organization that takes kids fishing.
Right. That's the whole point of that whole segment. So it's tomorrow, the 26th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 5:30 to 7. Come on down, hang for a while, check things out. You'll learn all about what is done here, what we do here, and meet the people who are involved in driving it. And it's going to be a nice event. So
yeah,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, man.
So what are they shooting this afternoon? I know that you got something set up for this afternoon.
So if you look at this computer right here, nobody could see it. So you have, again, Krista's finished videos. So Christine's going to host today. So these are videos that she shot and edited.
Okay.
So she's going to host. Hey, I'm Christine, and on today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about the Girl Scout Day that we did on the Ventura Pier. What a great video that we, shot. Again, she has to write her own script. So she filmed all this.
Nice. Look at that.
Right. So these are videos that she filmed, but today she gets to host her own segment. Right. There it is. We already did that one. That's the one we did at the Blue Carpet premiere. This kayaking jam. Check this one out. So what she's going to do, and then we're going to edit these together. So her intros or outros, kind of giving you a little description of each particular episode. Oceans of Opportunity.
He's showing me these little videos on the laptop here. I'm sorry you can't see them, but they look pretty cool.
Like, see this one here? We went to the island when we graduated.
Yeah.
And then, but she's asked to change that from San Miguel. We were at Santa Cruz Island. So, anywho, so she'll be hosting today, and she'll talk about these three segments. Are, let's see, we got one that's 9 minutes. We'll call it 9:25 plus 10. So let's say 19:30, and then 19:30. Which one is this? Oh, in the kayak, right? So there's 19:30, right? There's all three of those right there. Maybe Oceans of, oh no, don't need loop. There it is. These ones. Anyhow, so she'll add those up, right? And we'll get to whatever minutes, right? You want about a 30-minute show.
Right.
So depending more or less. But anyway, she'll do the intro. Hi, I'm Christine. And we'll have her out here on the side. And we'll have a couple of Coastal Critters. We'll go lay out some of those guys. So it'll be an episode of Coastal Critters. And then mine, actually, I dumped a bunch of footage to make room today. Mine is on the thumb drive. All these little segments that Spencer has filmed. Again, add them all up. And you're like, okay, this is 8 minutes plus 9 minutes plus 6 minutes plus makes an episode. They're 28 minutes long. And then today I'll do some shoots too. Like, hey, it's Community Kev. This one I'm going to be traveling. On the road today with Kev. So that was when I went to DC. I went to the
Vegas, the SHOT Show.
The SHOT Show. There's another one though too that we did down in Florida. The Summit.
Oh yes.
The Summit, right?
Yes.
So anyway, you have these ones on a day on the road with Kev. Then you have me at a junior high school, right? And today we're at Carpenter Middle School. Yes. E.O. Green. This is our bit. So they're like little biopics. So today we're just filming intros and outros.
Okay.
And if there's enough time, you could come back in between the outro and talk about a segment, right? So in this segment we're going to go to, but it all dictates on how much time those 3 episodes add. So again, let's just throw a number out there. Say it ends up at 27 minutes. That means we got 3 minutes, plus your intro,
Right.
that thing, right? All that chips away your 30 minutes. So then you're left with 2 minutes to say, hey, I'm Kevin Brannon, and today we're doing this. Boop, boop, boop. You might not see me again because that took about 30 minutes.
Right.
You have 25 minutes. I could jump back in there and give you a fun fact about a seashell. You want to eat up all the 30 minutes.
Right.
So again, today we'll shoot the intros and outros, and then
Cool.
they'll edit together, and then those will be, our demos as we start to shop the Coastal Critters videos, because they're not as much fishing. There's some though, right? If I'm at
Right.
Carpinteria or the kids fishing days, and then again I have a variety show, like we're fishing today, we're well watching on this one, and I'm hiking up in the Channel Island in the Santa Monica Mountains. Now, that being said, everybody, we might got to get a little legit. Because we've just been filming with like phones and on up here. If we're going to start going into the national parks, we're going to have to get permits and stuff like that.
That's
right?
true.
Clearance for drones. But again, who's going to take care of that?
The team.
Yeah, the students,
Yeah.
right? So again, that's the project-based learning.
Yeah.
They're learning communication skills, setting up itinerary. They have to reach out. Hey, I'm so-and-so with Real Angler Network. We're going to come out and film. I have a group of 3. If we're partnering with Bishop, like we have this one right here, when I'm doing the tourism thing, right? So you call ahead and talk to Bishop and say, hey, we're going to come film. Do you have a nice hotel that we could stay in? And we'll get some features of that. And then we go up there and do a shoot, the team. And then so they get a chance to, but again, up there, you might need some permitting, right? So what are the right way to go about permits? Now we work with the national parks. We got a grant from them. So is there a way to blanket it? So any national park in California, we could film in all year.
I would hope there is,
right?
but who knows?
But what it goes down to, for my belief, again, as a filmmaker, it all depends on your shoot size. So if there's like 3 of us with 2 cameras and some microphones, you're not disturbing nature.
Right.
You show up with cranes and diesels and 50 people on set.
You're a Brad Pitt movie. It's a big difference.
It's a lot different on how you get your permitting.
Yeah.
So to make that even more cool, I don't see it up here. This is the God thing. You always got to have the God thing. Is that the Small Business Development Center and the Economic Development Center, right? They help. They're a state agency.
Yes.
They helped me get started from the get-go. Pat Sweeney helped me way back. Again, walking in just like that lady. This is good preaching. Just like that lady that helped me, Sylvia, get my my teacher credential.
Right.
I would show up to Pat Sweeney's 7-8 times. I don't know nothing. Help. Okay. So when I get to these booklets and we get to the dot to dot, I don't think I've jumped too many dots. I go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And if I got to stay at 4 until I can get to 5, I'll stay my butt there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
But I'll keep going back and saying, hey, I'm stuck right here. Help. Hey, what do we do now? Okay, what do we do now? What's the best strategy? What do I do now? Okay, got from here to there. Okay, again, the lady up there and then in department the school. Okay, here's my arrest record. What do I do? Okay, you can't mail it, you got to upload it. Here's the address. All right, come back. Boom, I send it to them. Okay, they send me this letter. Okay, you got to go and do this. Okay, I got this update, right? Like keep going back. So the Small Business Development Center, and then we just happened to reach out to them recently. They were, Shailene is her name. She's helping us with these procedures and stuff. So when we went to this dinner the other night, economic development, the importance of filmmaking in Ventura County was the topic. Right, from Simi Valley and Agora and Oak Park, Santa Paula do a lot of stuff in Fillmore, stuff like that, the old movies that they shoot.
Right.
So they want to get permitting. So again, you had that. Well, Shailene, that was in my Ventura County Leadership Academy, happens to be Shailene that works over there.
Perfect.
So she could help us navigate through this. And she even brought it up. What about your permitting? And I was like, what permit?
Yeah. What?
These are student films. But at a legit tip,
Yeah.
And again, but part of this is the demo, right? Like this is what it's about. Raw talent. So when somebody sees our videos and they see they're shot on phones and audio, but you could be like, hey, they got something here. It's a Shark Tank.
That's right.
They got there in that again. So going back to the Scotty, I was just joking about you should know this. That's what I mean. I went to school to be a filmmaker, right? It just took me this way to get there. But I'm teaching, like I told when I was a little kid and they'd call on me in class. I am teaching, man. We're gonna do cooking segments. I'm teaching tourism, like these. I'm also teaching things that I think we're all passionate about, like from the PBS days.
Yeah.
So now it's coming to fruition. And then how do you partner that with the school? So tomorrow, in the 4-year anniversary, is what we're really going to show. I'm gonna have that thing out. Like again,
Yeah.
we haven't been taking kids fishing. We have the probation one. We'll have these 2 things out. That things opened up. But I've always wanted to be a teacher, man. And this thing is going that direction. Schools are opening up to CTE funding, which is career training education. I think it is.
Sounds right.
So
Yeah, it's good.
can you tell I'm excited.
Yeah,
tell I'm
I
excited
can.
about
And
this?
I'm just as excited for you getting that teacher thing because you've talked about that at least to me for ages and ages and ages. So I'm anxious to start hearing about your experiences in that.
Yeah.
So that'll happen soon. So next Wednesday you're going fishing. So there will be no podcast next Wednesday.
Opening.
But tell everybody what you're doing there.
The season opens, man. Season opener. Again, going back to our history, Scotty, remember we didn't really talk about the Guppy stuff when we were doing just the podcast. It was just real radio, right. Remember?
Yep.
And most of our interviewees were
local business
right?
people.
Or fishing, right? We were doing more
fishing.
Channel Islands. We had Fred Clinshaw. Like we were doing fishing. We had people calling us from the fishing industry. It was like brought to you by AFCO. Pro Marahi USA was sponsoring a section. Maui Gym Sunglasses, right? So we were really heavily into the fishing game, right? And so the season opens up. Where was I going with that? Oh, fishing. So the season opens up on Saturday or Wednesday. And Derek, we're talking about. You guys seen Derek on some shows. He already had his ticket to go, and then I just noticed there was one left. So I asked the Mirage, can I tag along? And they said, yeah, we'll take the last spot. So we'll bring the camera. We're going to tape the GoPros to it, and then again, give them a chance to film a little bit of hosting. And we'll start, our new season of shows. I got a text from Big Willie. Remember we interviewed Big Willie a couple times?
Big Willie's cool.
The catfish are biting, so I want to go film some of that. And now we're going to take the team on the road, so it could be me, Derek, and him, and even Kevin Jr. here. And Kevin Jr.'s in the sales department. We had a meeting yesterday with Mossy Oak for some licensing and partnerships.
Nice.
And so fishing season starts next week, and then next month, I'm going to DC with the fishing industry, ASA. I'm on the summit for sustainability practices. I'm going to go up to, what is that called? Capitol Hill?
Oh, yeah.
I go up to Capitol Hill. So I got to get a couple fly suits. You know what I'm saying? I can't go in there with my Bass Pro Shops gear and the gear that I wear around here. I'm actually going to get suited and booted, man. This is a big one.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's best for Kevin to go as Kevin, but other times you do need to.
Well, remember you asked me when I went to DC last time.
Yeah.
Right? This is different.
Yeah.
This time I will.
Last time it was perfect, though. Because you were up there on that stage and you were Kevin.
Well, there's also a part where that gear lures people to come talk to me. It's a conversation starter. So and they say the way lure because the Bass Pro, it's a conversation starter. So I know it's going to get, it's like a chick having her boobs out.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that off air.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't either.
But you lure in conversation. All of a sudden you want to be nice and pleasant. I think unless I'm tripping, right? But again, it gets attention. How's that? That's what I should say, good. Right?
Yeah. So you got to get a suit for that, huh?
Maybe 2.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I might reach out to Stitch.
You should.
Yeah, and get real tailored up.
Yeah,
you should. Because guess what? Shopping spree. Becky, if you're listening, Kevin's shopping. I'm going to go buy. Hell, I was going through. But hey, I'm executive now, man. And we raised money for that.
That is right.
We just got a new fundraiser. And I've stayed in enough $2 motels, man. I've ate enough bowls of cereal at a continental breakfast on this journey, man. And that's why I think I don't downplay some of the work we did. I mean, when I was going to the Fred Halls, staying at some $40 motel on Calvin Boulevard, and we couldn't take our clothes out of there because I was afraid of bed bugs. And then again, you open up, you go to breakfast. Like, I remember one time we opened the freaking door, and the door hit the bed. That's how small the room was. Like, they opened the door and took a picture. You on the computer, you could see the screen and I see the room, and I was like, oh, that'll work. Again, it fits in our budget. And I learned I used to go on weekends instead and started going during the week, like things I figured out. But I remember staying in these hotels and eating out of them. And again, a continental breakfast. If you guys heard the story, there was, I love strolling on memory lane too. There was seriously like those, the little pastries, and there's like a row of apple, a row of like bear claw. There's like 3 bear claw, 3 of the Danish, and that, like, they opened that pack and cut them into 4s and put them on a platter, right, with a coffee, and that was our continental breakfast, bro. Like, that's it. But stop. So you got to go to Jack in the Box or Mickey D's, or don't even eat breakfast. Like, all right, we got to get to the show, right? Go to Long Beach. And this is when I was dating Norma a long time ago, and she would help me carry around like all my bags. Like, literally, I'm going to with my camera and be like, "Hey, I'm Kevin. Could I film with you?" And I remember I had one shirt with the again, fake it till you make it. I had one polo shirt that one of my clients gave me at Clark Pest Control. Her name was Donna Diamond. She's like, "Hey, my husband doesn't fit this." So she gave me this like Nike polo, like a golf shirt.
Nice.
So I put Real Angler. I still got it. I put Channel Line Sport Fishing embroidered on the back, and I still wear it, But we'd go I think I shared that on Facebook from 13 years ago when I was standing at the IGFA booth just volunteering, right? We need volunteers. I'll stand there. I'll get to know some fishing industry people, right? But
you're great at that. Yeah. Your networking is amazing.
And then just standing in that, and so the point of it, Becky, if you're listening, when I go buy this executive new little carry-on, I was looking at it because right now I take my gym bag. Because part of me too is like, as a filmmaker, people, if you're listening, there is something about, I learned this when I was in film doing the thought makers. So I was a teacher's assistant at Alex College, and I had to do this thought makers series for a semester, and I was up on the top of like 3 cameras, bro, and I'm running. I had to edit it, and I was a TA, so they'd always interview these thought makers, Latino thought makers, and I met everybody from the guy that started Homeboy Industries that does the salsa down there in LA to other actors and directors. And that's when I knew I needed to get a copywriter, because I was sending misspelled words. And they're like, if you can't even get your stuff copyrighted, we're just going to delete your email. But I'd send them anyway with attachments. So then that's when Melody came in. They made the real English thing for me right there. I hired a copywriter to help me formulate my sentences properly for communication.
It's essential.
But this one lady was talking, and she was, again, a filmmaker. And she would go to like Africa and stuff. And she would just bring her backpack and her camera. And it's almost like disciples. When we talk about sending missions out to the world, you got to get familiar with these people and their culture. Eat with them.
That's right.
Follow some of their rituals. And then she said, hey, do you mind if I get my camera out of my bag and document? You can't just walk out there and start, I'm a filmmaker, put your camera in somebody's face.
No.
So sometimes me putting on just my backpack reminds me that I'm a filmmaker. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need all that fancy stuff.
Right.
But now I'm learning convenience is important too. Like, I can't put my nice suit in my gym bag.
Right.
But there's something to say, all I need is that backpack in this gym bag, and I could go and film and be on the road for 3 or 4 days and be fine.
Yeah.
I could tough it out. I could rug it out, you know?
And guerrilla filmmaking is sometimes the best filmmaking.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just you, and you're becoming one with your art and your craft. And so there's both sides, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
absolutely.
I know for this one, I was going through Walmart. I know that was a long answer. And I was like, and the other part of that is my poverty mindset as we are growing is to not, what up, Derek? Derek's back to do some more filming and editing. Come on in, man. And then is me penny pinching to death, right? Like, I can get a $60 suitcase that's more, suitable for me to carry. So I seen one at Walmart. So the point of that is, got to go to DC, man, and get a little suited and booted. And Beck, it's going to cost us a couple racks or bands, depending on which area you're from. Kevin, you know what a band is?
It's like Metallica.
You know what a band is? What's a band?
$1,000.
Right. What's a rack?
10,000.
I thought a rack's 1,000 too. But you say it's 10 racks.
I don't know.
Yeah. So a rack's 1,000. A band's that because you put a band around.
Yeah, I get it. I think I actually knew that once you said it. But
a couple G's, we used to call it when we were younger, right? So anyway, it's going to cost a couple bands, a couple racks, but it's a wise investment, man. I'm making moves in this, and our fishing industry definitely likes to know. Again, so that's what I'm saying, right? Well, all I just said, if you say you're the guy that takes kids fishing, I guess it is a compliment.
Sure.
But we try to just put more on it, right? Like we're developing impactful leaders. We have these little pins that I was wearing yesterday. We have our own pin. So as I was walking in networking yesterday, I was like, I have my little button up. I did still look real classy. I wasn't suited and booted, what I mean, like a suit and a coat and all that. But to have our little band that said develop impactful leaders, and then when people would introduce me, like, oh, do you know Kevin? He does all this other stuff. They didn't go straight to the kid fishing, like Alex from Premier America or these other ones. You don't know, oh, this guy's doing great work. Keep it up. He's doing this with the youth. Like, just put a little bit more flavor on the work that we're doing.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, again, going back to the 4-year anniversary, man, is that. And then again, here's Derek. I taught him how to catch a perch the other day, teaching his confidence, and then I'm going to teach him how to fish on Wednesday. Right?
Looking forward to that?
All right.
That'd be good.
What are you looking forward to? Do you have anything like you want to catch a ling? You want to fish? Anything? I like to eat the blue bass, bro. Those are my favorite. I can't wait. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I can't wait to eat some fresh. I have not ate fresh out of the bag. Because like homie Alex I was just talking about from Premier America.
Yeah.
So here's a cool story about he came to our fundraiser. And him and Adam kept bidding on the silent auction. So we'll take the Mirage trip, the boat that me and him are going on, because there's some more high-end ways that we can make it, right? So let's say you take the Mirage plus 2 tickets from the Aloha Spirit, a fishing rod. Now it's a $600 item.
Yeah.
And you don't raffle that. You put that in the starting at $250. So anyway, they were overbidding each other. So when Alex left, his wife was like, "You're not coming." Okay, I mean, he literally left with he probably dropped about $800. And he supports the program. So I'm sure, what do you utilize some of it for? Now, there's our call from Mossy Oak. He caught a halibut on the trip that he bought the ticket to. And he won the jackpot. He caught like a 40-pounder.
Wow.
And it's like, look, bro, how did you get that trip, right? So God blessed you with this, big old chunk of fish. That's great. Give me a piece. Because I get scandalous for halibut. So he brought me a couple pieces air fried right here. I mean, with the freezer bag, like a zip, what is that called?
Ziploc? Or
no, beyond that. When you suck all the air out, vacuum sealed. Vacuum sealed. And I ate it the other day. I took one out and I cooked it up. I mean, halibut's still good. I mean, I made that in the air fryer and I defrosted some shrimp and I made some buffalo shrimp and this halibut. So again, when we start doing the cooking segments, I'm going to show you guys, that's going to be the next level. It'll be this year. but trying to find a kitchen. Now, we talked about this house. If my prayer warriors are out there, pray it up, because the house that we looked at, the kitchen we could cook in and film. And the lady that owns it is the teacher at Alini High School. That's what
wow.
She knows who I am when we jumped out. So
there you go.
praise God if we get that facility, that house, but we could film in that house. And that's what I was telling you. I think I texted you, like, if we did a
cooking segment there,
right,
yeah.
on our podcast. So watching Emeril Lagasse on these channels, again, watching him as a teacher, right? He's teaching you how to cook.
Right.
Why he's doing that, right? The edutainment part.
Yes.
Educating you on the food, the mushrooms that he's like. I love that stuff. Ooh,
I
that's
know
twice
you do.
today. The cuss word stayed in. Working on it. Showing those cooking segments, right, that we could do out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Because you've done cooking segments before. I don't know if you've.
We want to do it on a regular. Things like that, we want to do a regular. That's the thing.
Right.
We want to keep it consistent. That's
and
one
a little full
the
full
word of the day,
production.
right, on our last Coastal Critters, right? Consistency, right? The first one we did with what was his name? The little Chongo.
I don't know. I wasn't here.
You didn't film that one? Which one did you do?
The second one.
Second one? Yeah, Mac was the first one. Okay. So, but consist. That's what we want to do. We want to film. So, and again, now that Derek's here to help film and edit, Joshua's going to start doing filming. So we just have people hold the camera, right? And then Christine and the other students. But that's
the difference. You had your phone sitting in front of you as you cooked, and it was kind of difficult because you'd have to show the ingredients and stuff.
But we did it, right? You've seen the demos, right?
Yeah, it worked. So that's why when you mentioned, I thought that's great. Let's do that.
Right, so imagine we have a guest in there, right? And you're interview, or I am, right? And you're filming. You're like, it's a 30-minute podcast, and I'm going to make. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, sorry to interrupt. I'm from Marlon's place in Holly.
Yeah, come on in. We're in the middle of a podcast, though. It's okay. Come in.
Okay.
Come say hi.
In. We're almost done here. You can say hi.
Sorry, you guys finish up.
What can I help you with?
I'll bother you later.
It's right there on that whiteboard in there. Go check it out. It's like Office 365 something.
Thank you.
Hugs. Guppy Ranger. There's 2 of them.
Wi-Fi's at a premium here. It'll be nice when that gets fixed up.
Yep. So that's our time. I got to go pick up Kevin Jr., get up to Carpinteria. But yeah, I'm excited that Derek is editing, and I know he's excited to do more progress here. Only thing is, so again, part of our partnership is Derek is paid through Goodwill. So he's going to burn through his hours. So we got to figure out a way to continue to keep him paid. So donors, if you're listening, help keep our staffed up. But again, important. But that's an investment, because I was telling Derek, in about 3 months, he'll be doing on Thursday nights. He might be teaching the same thing he's learning from Thomas today.
Very nice.
His gig, right? Maybe come in for rod building, or he can come in and film. I don't know. It's all going to come together.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's going to do it.
Again, no podcast next week, but you might have some images from the open house. So check it out just in case.
Yeah. Tell Scotty that my kids are texting. Well, we will have honey baked ham. That's the honey baked ham text. So we'll have our little sliders, and we got some other little snackies right here put out. Did it work? Okay. Yes, ma'am. And then Marlon that just stopped by. The reason we took that. So Marlon has a spot next door. He's got to let us borrow those taller tables.
Oh, nice.
So we put, the little things on them so you can lean on there and eat your snack. So yeah, we out here in our neighbors. We're around neighborly. You can borrow my sugar, my internet. I can borrow your tables and chairs. And, that's what you got to do, man.
That's right. Good neighbors. All right. So we'll see you a little bit next week, and for sure the week after.
I think I'm going to go fishing right now. That's what I'm excited about.
Go do it.
Break.
You're heading up to Carpinteria, right?
Yep.
Very nice.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Remember, follow your dreams, chase them, your passions. Don't give up. Be consistent. Confidence. Believe in yourself, and also tell other people that you believe in them as well. Derek,
that's right.
I believe in you, bro. I've been telling you that. Even when we bicker, right? I always tell him this because I believe in him. He's just passing the orange belt. So congratulations.
Very nice.
All right. Toodles.
Hitting the button. Barry says bye.
Let's go.
To learn more about Real Guppy Outdoors, please visit www.communitykevin.com. Brought to you by AftCo Fishing Apparel and Tackle, designed to perform. Channel Island Sport Fishing, offering deep-sea fishing on quality sport fishing charter boats, and more. Costa Sunglasses. Discover life's greatest adventures with Costa. See what's out there. Daiwa. If you want innovation and quality in your fishing products, Daiwa has what you need. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.